Hey, sorry, really sorry here about this. But this is the top 8 draft, and for some reason I just wasn't recording the first couple of picks, or well, the first pack really. I started out with 2 shocks. I was thinking of doing something like our my constructed deck, which is the whole ton of phantasmal bears, uh, 2/2 guys plus frost breaths. I wanted to pair it with green, with red, sorry, because of cards like Gorehorn Minotaurs and Blood Ogres, just because they have bigger cards. So double picked the shock. I picked the second shock over an Aether Adept, just because of raw power. Though I think on second thought that might have been bad. Um, like Incinerate over it would have been better. Um, but yeah, things seem like they're going all right here. There's a lot of nothing. There's a Soren's Thirst. I should have gone black actually because I could have first picked Doomblade, but there were a lot of good black cards, and I thought Doomblade is a little worse against just an all black deck. But here I'm happy picking up a Blood Ogre. Really wanna. We have 2 Frost Breaths, which is really good. And here I could pick up another Divination, but I'd rather pick up a Skywinder Drake just to try to like be as fast as possible. This guy's a 3/1 flying. I think that's really good. And here's a Chandra's Outrage, which I'll take over a Blood Ogre. Chandra's Outrage is kind of like the perfect kind of card. Um, just because it deals damage and gets rid of a guy. Here I could take a Coral Merfolk, but actually think. Okay, so unfortunately, can't like divide it. Um, but I think a Mana Leak might actually work better against like a slower deck, and I could always get like a Coral Merfolk or a Goblin Piker. Like those kind of cards are always around, so it shouldn't be too hard. So I have 2 shocks, Chandra's Outrage, and an Ice Cage, plus 2 Frost Breaths. So I think right now I need to work on getting creatures at this point. So Blood Ogres, Flyers, uh, Gorehorn Minotaurs, Goblin Fireslingers, Phantasmal Bears would actually be great, although I haven't seen any. So hopefully, there's a strange tool. I've never used this tool to draft before. It seems a bit cool, just because you could make like I guess your own kind of draft. So like this Pauper Cube draft. Obviously, it's not a cube draft, but it's an M12 Pauper draft essentially. Um, so I'm a little unfamiliar with it, but hopefully things will go good. The host of the event told me it'll probably be a little slower because of the 8 players inside. So I guess we just have to wait. So cards that we don't aren't looking for are like another Lava Axe. Don't want another Ice Cage. I think just having one is good. Like if I have a choice between Ice Cage and then like another creature, I'd be more happy to take a creature. Here I could take an Unsummon, but I really don't have any low mana creatures to justify that. I really would rather take Chasm Drake. And there's a Gorehorn Minotaurs, so I'm happy, very happy picking that up. I think we want to be more blue because I do want to pick up more. Well, there's a lot of red, a lot of red. It's interesting, but again, pick up Gorehorn Minotaurs. We don't really have any fire. What am I saying? Any Bloodthirst enablers, so we don't have Fire Slinger, but we do have a Goblin Arsonist, which could just be good randomly. Um, Here I could take a Ponder or a Slaughter Cry. I think we could take up another Slaughter Cry later. So I wouldn't mind playing one Ponder. I don't really like it. I like Preordain better. Because if your 3 cards are bad, or if it's like one good card and 2 bad cards, and like it's essentially like drawing blanks, then you'd have to shuffle and you essentially didn't do anything. It's just a regular draw card. Um, but I wouldn't mind paying just one. So out of the creatures we have, uh, I'll take the Tunneler here. Helps with Bloodthirst, though I don't like playing him. Wow, there's a really late looter. Really late. So we're not as aggressive as we thought, which it could be fine too. Frost Breath is really tempo anyway. So for creatures we have Goblin Arsonist. I think I'll take a War Paint over a Tunneler. Because we already have a Tunneler. Here it's really I have Lightning Elemental already. So I'll just pick up the 2/1. Like I said, a 2/1 for 2 is usually easy to take. Lightning Elemental is really only good on an empty board, or like if you tap them down with a Frost Breath or something. Which I mean, it's definitely possible because we have 2 shocks, which are cheap. Uh, EOT, kill your guy, play Lightning Elemental, attack for 4, and they have to like leave their guys down on defense, leave their guys back on defense. So I think I'm liking the way the deck goes. The thing we don't have to worry about any bombs. We don't have to worry about power uncommons. So it's like pretty easy to just. I think in this kind of format, like consistency is just best. So you kind of want similar cards. So right now, I'm looking for either strong removal like Incinerate or like another Chandra's Outrage, but like I'll take an Aether Adept over a Shock this time for sure, just because it'll help us like a lot better. And I'm also looking for like low drops. Here I think I wouldn't play a second Harbor Serpent, and we already have I think 2 flyers, so Wall Torches. That's not a bad pickup right there. And there's an Aether Adept. Fire Slinger, I'd rather take the Aether Adept. At this point, we're not as aggressive. An Aether Adept can just it can definitely help you enable Bloodthirst. Like if you go turn 2 guy, then they play turn 2 guy, or even if you're on the play. There's a Fleet Wing. How good is that? Is that better than Coral Merfolk? It's hard because I can't do mana cost here. Alright, so let's look at our heavy ones. Our heavy things that cost 4 or more. We have 2 Minotaurs. Yeah, I don't want a Coral Morph. I don't want an even Fleet Wing. I think he's a little overrated. In red green in blue green and blue black he's good, but because of the auras. But right now he's not. Here I could pick up another Frost Breath, but we have 2, and I'd rather have more creatures at this point to make the Frost Breath good. The reason Frost Breath was good in our constructed deck was because that was like our only non-creatures. I think, yeah. Frost Breath was the only non-creature thing. So now that we have like Shock and Divination, there's less of a chance that we'll just like amass a board of creatures, so the Frost Breath won't be as good. So I think 2 is actually the perfect number. So there's another Gorehorn Minotaurs. It's a Goblin Piker. I like a Goblin Piker, but I really like me a Gorehorn Minotaurs. The only thing that's bigger than him is a Vastwood Gorger. Like, that's literally the only thing. Here there's really nothing. Could pick up a Fire Hellhound, but that's a little awkward on the mana, and I think pick him up later. I'll pick up an Ice Cage just in case. There's some decks where this is just a straight up better pacifism. So I think that'd be good. Especially if you go, especially for a sideboard. Like I'll play one and then play another one sideboard, and if you know that they're kind of weak to an Ice Cage, you'll just play it. You'll play the second one, and it's really good. So we only have one. We didn't pick up any Phantasmal Bears yet, which is pretty bad. We only have one Goblin Arsonist, so we're missing on our 1-drops. But hopefully we could pick up 2-drops. I really don't want a Goblin Tunneler. I know we have Fiery Hellhound, but I'd rather not have it. So there's another Skywinder Drake, which I'm gonna be taking here, which is good. This guy just 3 power, On third turn for 1, we're more on the aggressive route. We're not really that defensive. We're more like, or if anything, at the very least, we're like mid-range tempo with the Frost Breath and the Shocks and an Aether Adept. So a card like Skywinder Drake is just really good. So I have 2 now. So having that guy on turn 3 is just better. And like a curve, like it makes it better for curve purposes. Like turn 2 guy, turn 3 guy, turn 4 guy. Best case scenario, turn 4 Gorehorn Minotaurs with Bloodthirst is just like really hard to beat. And wow, this is a great pickup here. Very happy taking another Aether Adept. It's just such a good tempo swing, you know. And like I was trying to say, like if they go second and they play a guy in turn 2 and I play Coral Merfolk and they attack with their guy, well actually never mind. Well, yeah. So just bouncing their guy, making them have one less guy on the board makes it easier to kind of do the swarm attack to get damage in and then play a Bloodthirsted guy, which we have. We have 3 Gorehorn Minotaurs and 2 Blood Ogres. So that's really good. We also have a Goblin Warpaint, which I was thinking of playing, but I don't think so. We'll see how the deck looks like. Here, nice. This is a great card to have right now. I'm very happy picking that up. Better than any of the other cards there. I think now I will take an Unsummon. Because I don't see anything else better. Don't want a Fiery Hellhound. Let's pick up an Unsummon. So let's try to count the cards, the creatures we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to play that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we could have 19 creatures. Could have a little less. Like we don't have to play Manic Vandal or Lightning Elemental. So about, or even a Harbor Servant we'd have to play. So like we could have from like 16 to 19 cards, creatures. So that makes Frost Breath really good. So I think this is definitely the kind of deck where you'd rather have more creatures than not. Like usually I'm a spell kind of guy. Like I usually pick up spells over creatures, but I think at this point, just having creatures is better because so many creatures trade here. It's hard to outclass creatures. Like you play a turn 1 Phantasmal Bear, they play a turn 3 Warpath Ghoul, they still trade. It still matters. Because you don't have like a turn 4 Cudgel Troll or like stuff like that. It just doesn't happen really. So let's see what happens. So I mean, how many picks are we into pack 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We need about 4 picks. The last pack was actually really good. You know what? I think I'd have a Lightning Elemental before I cancel. Cancel's a little too much for me. So I'm happy picking up a Lightning Elemental. But like I was saying, this pack is really good to us. We're definitely playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these cards. And like these are things we might like double up on. So I think I hope this deck is good. And turns out well. We have 2 Aether Depths, right? 2 Aether Depths should go a long way. I hope. 2 Aether Depths, 2 Frost Breaths. Just seemed like a pretty good card. Here, I'll take Arm. So we have one last pick. Be very happy if it was like a Phantasmal Bear. Fiery Hellhound maybe? I don't know. Fire Breathing, yep. Close to Fiery Hellhound. Alright, so now we have this. I'm not sure what to do from there, but I'll see you for round 1.